Um, all right, welcome back to Pick and Roll. I'm Jackson.
I'm Jonathan.
Yeah, we talk all things NBA from stars of the past to kind of what's going on today. Today it's kind of our Halloween special. Kind of going back to look at the show this far. I know we're not very deep into it, but I just figured might as well take a look back. Um, so yeah, we'll kind of go through all the episodes, kind of maybe any notes or any thoughts, or if anything changed. Some stuff we have to like tease you about it. So if you want like the full video and kind of our true opinions, and we'll kind of go a lot more in depth. Definitely check out the other videos on this channel. Yeah, I'll start us off. So our first episode, we talked about our teams of players we're most excited to see for this upcoming season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think number one I had like Wemby, and again he still is looking amazing this year, especially like after him he trained with Hakeem Olajuwon. Like his footwork is just insane.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably still like number one. Like, he's so fun to watch.
Yeah, he was on my list as well. He's obviously the season's really early, but we kind of knew that this year three was going to be a big step for him, get a chance to kind of show what he's done, and he's again it's early, but as of tonight, the Spurs are 5-0, and they're for the first time in their franchise history, and they look great. They look like not just improved from last year, but possibly even contenders in the West. They're looking really good, and Wemby's the heart and soul of that team, and he's doing it on both ends of the floor, filling up the stat sheet. He looks to already be a lock for DPOY.
Yeah.
The only thing that could top him from that is if he plays enough games. So that's going to come down to his health and how he does with that. But he looks fantastic early in the season, looking really good.
Again, yeah, he honestly kind of might be a hot take, and maybe again it's also very early and might be a crazy thing to say, but honestly, the way Wemby's playing right now, the way he looks, he might be MVP conversation to be honest. And year three, like that's impressive.
Yeah, that's early.
Like
yeah, that's what Derrick Rose did. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's looking so good right now. Like you can't deny it. If you've watched any basketball in the past, since the season started, it's honestly a clear lock. He is like definitely up there with some of the big names. But again, it's also very early on, so we'll have to see as the season goes on. But honestly, right now he might be my favorite right now.
Yeah, he's looking really good.
Yeah. Episode 2, we did our way too early playoff predictions. That was interesting.
Yeah, and obviously it's still way too early to really be following the rankings. You talked about San Antonio's 5-0; they look really good. OKC's looking good as we kind of thought they would. I haven't followed too much of the East to see how they're doing, but so far there really hasn't been a lot of surprises. It's kind of just how we thought they'd be so far, but the season's still young. Everyone's still fairly healthy. We'll kind of see as it shakes out and as fatigue starts to set in on some of these teams. But so far, it's looking like we may have picked some good. The predictions may have been pretty close to our predictions. So
yeah,
we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they all. I'm not too worried about them. The picks I had, I think the Nuggets. I haven't been following a whole lot about like their record so far. I think they're doing pretty good. I think they've lost a couple of games. If I think so, again, I haven't been fully locked into it, but yeah, I still have so much faith in Jokic. I mean, it's Nikola Jokic. I think he's one of the best players in the, if not the best player in the world right now. But again, it's way too early. Like kind of the title of the video was. Yeah, again, if you want to see more of those, you have to look back. We had a couple playoff picks, but yeah. Then our third episode was our MVP, our Defensive Player of the Year, and our Rookie of the Year predictions. Yeah, again, like I was saying, Wembanyama, he looks scary this year, to be honest. Like, I would hate to be like going against him. Like, honestly, if he plays like the 6-5 games, I think it is, he wins the Defensive Player of the Year, and it's not even really close. It's his award to lose unless he gets injured, right? MVP, again, the way he's playing, he honestly could be a contender for that.
MVP and DPOI, yep.
Yeah, I mean, there's only been a couple that won both those awards, so we'll see. But yeah, he looks just dangerous this
Mhm.
year. Like
Looks very good.
he's looking like great. Like I'm really
Yeah.
excited. So
Rookie of the year looks like Cooper Flag is the one that so far is going to get that. Dylan Harper, the second pick's been kind of quiet, but the third pick, whose name escapes me right now, is actually doing really well and might actually give Cooper Flag a run for his money. There's been a couple other notable performances so far. Ace Bailey's looked good at times as well, but so far Cooper Flag seems to have the most consistent performances to be Rookie of the Year in this very, very early season so far. And that's what we both predicted would win the award as well. Other awards you have to kind of wait and see. How that goes. MVP, I think it's still too early to tell. But Wemby's going to make a case. Luka's going to make a case. Shea's going to make a case as well. So, and then Jokic is always going to be in the conversation.
Yeah.
So it's still too early to kind of say. But so far, I think a lot of our predictions are kind of shaking out how we thought they would.
Yeah. Yeah, I think with the Rookie of the Year, I think it's VJ Edgecombe too in Philadelphia, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
He's also been looking great. I think he had like a 30 bomb the other night.
Really
like,
good, yeah.
He might give Cooper Flag a run for good run for his money. I still think it's going to be Cooper Flag just because he's going to have more of like a chance to
the consistency,
thrive. Yeah, like because honestly, and the AD is already injured, which is a shocker, right?
Surprise there, yeah.
Yeah, so he's already kind of out of commission, and then Kyrie Irving. I do think he will take on that more of a leadership role. With Luka last year, he is more of like that passive role. He kind of let Luka have the reins, but I feel like him being more of like the veteran is gonna obviously at least let Cooper Flag have his chance to thrive and give him his chance to really step out there and be himself and show us what he's got. But I do think it's really Kyrie Irving's team, and AD when he's healthy. But right now he's not healthy, so. So I do think Cooper Flag will still get his chance and be able to like show who he is, but
I
think it's his.
I think he's had the most consistent performances.
Yeah.
And there will always be players that kind of have some flash in the pan, hot moments and hot games. But I think over the season, when you look at averages, it's going to end up being Cooper Flag above everyone else.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, that kind of tied it right to my the next episode 4. Our 3 most underrated and overrated players. I think number 1 on my overrated was Anthony Davis. Again, because he's always injured. Like either that or like inconsistent. Like in the playoffs when he is healthy, he'll have a game where he's like 30, 15, and like 8 blocks. Right. In this game, he'll have like 12 points, 8 is like barely like 5 rebounds. Like he will just disappear. So that, and again, like. Everyone always says it, and it's kind of that bandwagon everyone hops on, but his health is a real issue. Like it's hard to like count on him if you're always injured, right? I love Anthony Davis. He's really fun to watch when he is healthy. He's a great player. Like you can't hate on him, but he's just never healthy and never all the way there. So it's hard to rely on him, right?
It is.
Like, if you want to like lead a team like Dallas is trying to do, having someone who's 30 years old that's always injured, is that really the best bet?
Yeah,
So
it's not. I'll tell you on that, someone who neither of us had on our list, but is really kind of surprised us this year as being really underrated, is Aaron Gordon. He's kind of come out this season, and he had a 50-point game, but also had another, I think, followed with a 35-point game. For a role player, he's really just kind of come out shooting like crazy this year, and really hot. And I don't think any of us saw that coming. And same with Lauri Markkanen. He came out and hit a career high 51 the other night for the Jazz, first 50-point game we've had for a while. And I think he's flown under a lot of radars just because the Jazz have been so horrible his past couple of seasons, and he's kind of been holding back. But if the Jazz are really going to unleash their talent this year and let Lauri do what he can, he's going to surprise a lot of people as well. So those are 2 that neither of us had that so far have really looked really good this year, meeting everyone's expectations, I believe.
Absolutely, yeah. Aaron Gordon, like I remember hearing about the 50-point game with like 10 for 10 from 3. Like that was like I was like Aaron Gordon, like the dunker, right? Every time I think of him, I think of 2016 the dunk contest, right? Him and Zach LaVine. That's all I think about when I think of that name. So that was like we kept it's the same guy. Right? No way, same person.
Mm-hmm.
That was impressive. And yeah, the Jazz have been hot this year, which is like as a Jazz fan, that's so good to see. But like, also I don't want to get my hopes up too high because I think it was a couple years ago the Jazz had a pretty off season. Then like there was 1 month where you're like the best team in the NBA.
Yeah.
And then I was like, man, you're gonna make the playoffs, and then we just lost a game after that. I'm like, oh well.
Pulled back and stopped trying. Yep.
Yeah. So I do hope at least we try a little hard. I like you were saying. I hate the idea of like when we do like a rebuild, it's just like you give up and like you just lose as many games as possible. It's not a culture, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to develop that culture, especially with like young guys, right? Like Kessler's been great, looks great, but if you develop that idea that we're just gonna lose these games and it doesn't really matter, right? Just go out there, play your game, whatever, right? It's not a good. That's not a good. Not good for your team. Not good for your chemistry. Not good for really anything with the players, right? If you say, all right, try your best, and if we lose, we lose. Like, hey, I know we're not a good team, but if we put our heart and souls out every single night, I'm proud of you guys. I can just take that as a Jazz.
Absolutely,
I'd be okay with that. But if we kind of roll over like a dog and just like accept defeat, like that's not a good culture. A Jazz fan, it makes it hard, honestly, to like really care for the Jazz these past couple seasons. So I do hope that we keep this kind of fight in us that we have at least right now, at least for a couple months out. But yeah, episode 5 was our top 10. I don't really want to spoil too much about it, but that was a really fun video to prepare and obviously make. It was really fun. Obviously, when you think of basketball, that's like the one thing you think of, your top 10.
Top 10 all time.
Obviously, Jordan versus LeBron is like, in all of sports, is like the biggest debate, right? So we won't answer that here in this video. So if you want, you have to go see the other video. Yeah. But that was really fun.
What was interesting is we both basically, essentially had the same top 10, basically the same top 11, but the order of which they came in was different. Mm-hmm. And I think we can both be persuaded either way. A list like that is impossible to get 100% right, where everyone's going to agree. But it's always fun to do something like that, to kind of see who's above who and who did better than who. And of course, 1 and 2 is going to be debated for probably decades to come of who's 1, who's 2. So that was fun. You can watch that episode to see how we finished up our lists.
Yeah, like there's we had like same list, probably down to like probably close to 15 to be honest. Like we had very similar lists, and just like the order. Like he had not gonna name names, but he had a player that was outside of his top 10 that he said was an honorable mention. And I was like, really? I had him like almost top 5. So again, like that top 10 list, like it's honestly 1 and 2 neck and neck, but I feel like the rest of them too also neck and neck. It's so hard to have like a top 10. Like you're saying, it's like this everyone can agree on because there's so many different like opinions, eras, positions, like roles that they did. Like there's so many different kind of ideas that come from them. Like, some people like like the championships, right? Some people the stats and all these different things. So it really is hard to pick the clear number 1 and clear top 10 list.
It is,
but yeah, it was really fun to kind of talk about that. And our last episode 6. Was our top 5 favorite Jazz players from 2 Jazz fans. Also fun, right? I was a little younger, so I didn't watch like John Stockton and Carmelo as a kid. Definitely watched highlights on my own though. I remember a couple. I think it was this past summer. I watched the Game 6 where Michael Jordan pushed off Byron Russell. The whole game, I watched it all like in one sitting, just banging it out. That was. I always say, like, if I go back in time for one day or for like one little bit, I'd say could go courtside. Carmelo to move his hand like this.
Yep.
So he swipes it, open 3, Jazz at least win Game 6, and hopefully push a Game 7, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it was that was a fun one too.
Yeah, lots of what ifs on that game, but that's fun to see, and even that's a hard list to put together because there's so many, as a lifelong Jazz fan, so many Jazz fans that. Or Jazz players that have just been a favorite of mine to watch throughout the years. Many of them had a smaller role on the team, but were just so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun to watch. Like some that come to mind, like Derek Favors was just so he was just work hard, try hard, so much effort. I think of Ronnie Price, who played down at Utah State and then played for the Jazz for a few seasons. Was again just happy to be there, tried really hard. Going way back to Antoine Big Dog Carr, who I got to meet as a teenager. It was just so much fun watching him as well. And there's Mehmet Okur. I could go on and on about all these fun players that will live in Jazz infamy, even though they might not be in the Hall of Fame or anything like that. But they just their personality and how they created the culture of who the Jazz are, and they adopted the team and were loved by the fans and really enjoyed their time here. And the Jazz fans loved them while they were here. So many fun to watch. Limiting that to just 5 was really hard to do as well.
Yeah, like when I'm thinking about my list, I don't remember if I put him in my list, so I have to like go back and see for yourself. But I was thinking of putting Joe Ingles in it again because I think it was like 2017 to 2018, something like that, when he was still on the Thunder, and he was like trash talking Paul George, and he was just like getting under skin so like it was so fun to watch. Yeah, Joe Ingles, like you were saying, probably not a Hall of Fame player.
Yeah.
But one of those players, like when you think of the Jazz, especially like the 2010s, you'll think of Joe Ingles, 100%, because he was like honestly probably the heart and soul of the Jazz.
Yeah.
During that time, like he was watching the Jazz, like you were like, let's go, Joe Ingles. Like, yeah, he was like putting up crazy numbers or whatever, but he was like just so fun to watch. Like when he did do his job, like you could just see like how much like he just had fun out there. It was really, he was one of those names that I was like, I don't know if I can put you on my list, but you're definitely like a runner-up. Like you're right outside it if you're not on it. So, yeah, but yeah, that was kind of show so far. So, it's been a really fun journey. So it's been really fun. I've had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's been fun. Stay tuned. Got more to come coming up the next few episodes as well. So keep watching. Stay tuned. We'll have a lot more fun stuff for you.
Yeah, next episode is kind of probably not as big of a debate because it's some of these names are pretty like unanimous for this topic. We're doing our top 3 best dunkers,
both in game and dunk contest dunkers.
Yeah, so just dunkers. If you can dunk a ball, let's see what's rated the best top 3. So that's gonna be fun. Because dunking is really like the funnest thing to watch.
It's an art form.
It's fun to watch. I love dunking. Yeah, so that's gonna be like the episode or episode 8. So it's gonna be pretty fun. Yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of this journey with us. It's been, like we're saying, really fun to make this. It's been really cool to talk basketball. We talk about it all the time. Dinner. Our family doesn't not as big fans as we are, so they kind of don't understand it. But we can go on and on for like hours talking about basketball. Like we're huge fans. So yeah, we're glad to be able to do this with you guys. So thanks.